What it do? Welcome back to another podcast, SSDD podcast, with your co-host Patty Daddy, and to my right here.
It's the one and only, the best, the one. Fuck me.
I will after this.
Probably the worst at this point because I messed it up. It's your host Sacramento. Hey guys.
You're so good. Head up.
I don't think you're good. You're scaring me.
Where y'all been? What y'all been up to, Todd? We apologize. It's been 4 months since our last.
It's been a while, guys, and thank you to our lovely followers who have been with us this whole entire time. We appreciate you all. Again, we're sorry for being away for such a long time, but as y'all know, life happens, and Patrick got some new equipment. We're
Yeah.
trying that out today.
New mic. Who this?
And yeah, taking it easy. We do want to bring more people on here, so if you guys know anyone that's possibly,
Gay.
hey, we don't discriminate. But if you have someone
If they're gay.
like that's an officer or a
If they're straight.
firefighter, and gay or straight doesn't really matter. If you even have a story that you just want to share with us, that you went through something crazy and you just want to get your story out, let us be that platform for you and let us help you out. But other than that, of course, reach out on Twitter or Instagram at SSDD underscore
Underscore pod.
podcast,
Yeah.
to reach out on our socials. But of course, if you know us in real life, hey, just talk to us in real life as well.
Hit me up on Snap. Hit me up on IG. Hit me up on TikTok.
But yeah, well, welcome back, Patrick.
No, welcome back, Sacramento.
Thank you.
Missed
Welcome
you,
back.
bud.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Well, since we've been on this. But
So, I mean, there was a story that I have been wanting to save for the podcast, and I don't
Oh.
think I told you about it, and it happened in my neighborhood.
Oh shoot.
It was yeah, shoot is the exact word
Oh.
is what I meant to
Oh
say.
no.
Or there was, I mean, it's not actual bullets, but I was out here working on my plants it's like a few months ago
They're
actually.
so gorgeous. I hope y'all get to see them.
Thank
They're
you.
they're so good. He's
They
good.
are
At
really
He's
nice.
got the greenest thumbs.
Like, but there's this kid out there with this I don't know if you've seen these plastic AR guns that have like little BBs in them on top,
Mhm.
and you can shoot them.
My
so-
Gam Gam has one.
Yeah, so there was this kid out there, and I saw him with it, and he was just shooting like at the wall and things like that. And my neighbor has this cat that she always just chills right here, or she's an outdoor cat. She just walks around and everything. Um, and so I saw him shooting over there, and then I saw the cat running, and I was like, oh, maybe he was just running away from a squirrel or something like that. But then I see the kid running at the cat and shooting at the cat, and the cat was like scared, like the bro was ducking and dodging.
This is like
Yeah.
ant bully but cat bully.
And so, I mean, I ain't gonna let someone do that to a cat, and I ain't gonna not say something. And so I told him, hey, stop shooting at that cat, man. Like, leave that cat alone.
You just censor yourself. You know this podcast is.
Yeah, I don't know why I censored
explicit.
myself, but I mean, I even
You
said
you probably censored yourself because you realized that was a kid. Somebody might complain.
but
like-
the thing is, I said it to the kid.
Oh.
I said, don't shoot the fucking cat, kid.
okay, yeah.
And
He deserved it.
I mean, but honestly, like, I did lose a little bit of my cool, but it's just because it was a harmless animal defending itself by running away, and he kept pursuing the cat. It's one thing to shoot an animal and like, oh, okay, like, don't do that, that's fucked up. But to pursue the animal and to
You're in the middle
continue
of the-
tormenting it is another thing.
How old do you think this kid was? Like,
Oh, I mean, he's probably like 8 or 7,
mm,
but
they're always so
you
bad.
think the story would end there, but no. Of course, he goes home and he snitches to his mom.
The neighbor, the guy, the big
Ye-
mean Mexican guy, he told me I can't shoot the cat.
So I don't think he said that part. I can't shoot the cat because
Oh,
when he
then
came back, his mom was just aggroed on me. Like, who are you to tell my son not to shoot his gun? And I'm like, well, did he tell you what he was shooting it at? And she's like, I don't care what he was shooting it at. You don't tell my son to do this or that. And one thing I forgot to say is that this conversation we were having it in Spanish. We were having arguments
Oh,
in
okay.
Spanish.
Okay, I was like, is it a black lady or a white lady?
No, this is a Hispanic lady, and so she's like right in front of my patio right here, and I'm just at my right there at my property. I haven't left it. I'm just standing my ground, staying right there. I know my laws.
Mm-hmm.
If she approaches me and hits me,
Where's your
I have
gat?
a right to defend myself. And there's also cameras. My neighbor has a camera, especially she's the one that has the cat that was shot at.
The camera lady has a cat.
Camera lady has a cat.
Camera neighbor has a cat.
So she's yelling at me in Spanish, and we're arguing. And I'm telling her kid that he can't be doing that, and the fact that you're coming here and talking to me about this tells me what kind of mother you are, and that pissed her off.
Wait, yeah, I was about to say you said that out loud.
Yes, I said that out loud. And another one of the people that live with them just pulled up, and then she's just like looking at me and her argue and seeing what's going on, and she heard me say that, and then she decided to step in.
Mm-hmm.
And bro, this is where I got like I got real bold with it. I said this in Spanish, and I'll translate it to you.
Say it in
And,
Spanish.
and so I told them, no me importa nada, pinches chihuahuas están ladrando. No me importa.
Oh, let me try to translate. You said, it's not important to me about what your little dog does.
No, I
Oh.
called her a dog, a chihuahua, a barking chihuahua, because they're Hispanic, bro. So I went really deep into it because I was just mad. Like, they were coming at me because I told their kid that he can't shoot at a cat. Again, I lost my cool a little bit, but I stayed on my property. I didn't move a step, and they tried to come at me. And then I told them, if you do anything, there's a camera right there, and I'm gonna call the cops on your ass. Now, my parents were immigrants,
Mm-hmm.
and they didn't have papers, and I felt kind of bad saying that because like
Oh, no, you didn't.
they probably don't want any trouble with the cops.
Mm-hmm.
But I just told them, hey,
You were like,
you do anything, I'm
you
calling
do
the cops.
anything, I'm going to step into my freezer and get ice.
Jesus.
They're like, no. Okay, come on, mijo.
But they
You don't
got
need to
their
shoot the
sense.
cats.
They got their shit together, and they kind of stepped back. And the funny thing is, you know how my apartments were just painted?
Mm-hmm.
There was a painter next door just the whole time just painting. And the thing is, he took forever just to paint one windowsill. Bro was just, I know he was being a chismoso, just listening, just taking his
Chismoso.
time, just going like, oh, I missed that spot right there. Oh, damn, he called her a chihuahua. Fucking hell. And so they kind of just kept their distance, and I kept moving around my plants, and I just told them, do what you want to do, but I'm gonna protect my neighbor's cat, because what he was doing was animal
Abuse. Yeah.
abuse, abuse. And I mean, you guys could get a ticket for that. You could get some serious fines for that. And so the original mom ended up calling the apartments and saying that, hey, this person was yelling at my kid and everything like that. And I'm cool with the apartments. I talked to them a lot. We always communicated. I've been here for a minute, and they ended up calling me, and I told them, well, they were asking me like, hey, we've never had any issues with you, so we wanted to give you a call. Like, what's going on? And
Oh, I'm so glad you brought it up.
and I told them, yeah, I'm so glad you brought it up. And the thing is, I knew who that lady was calling me, because we would always feed the cats around here. And she would be one of the people that would feed the cats as well, take them in. So she's a cat person. So I knew immediately. I got her ass. And so I told him, well, did they tell you what her kid did? And she's like, no, what? And she's like, that kid was shooting at a cat. And she's like, no, they didn't tell me that. And I'm like, well, there you go. They didn't tell you the whole story. And I was just stepping up for that cat.
I was speaking for the cat. Speaking for the trees. You're the Lorax for the cats.
I speak for the cats. I speak for the pussy.
Meow, 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 meow,
Meow, meow, meow. But now ever since they don't even walk over here. They don't even park their cars in front of us over
They,
here. Yeah,
yeah, they probably shoot at the cats on the other side of the property.
and that's just fucked up. You
That's
know,
yeah.
it's something mentally wrong with that kid, and it's not okay. And
Was
I
he
was
was he there through the argument? Because like standing behind
Yeah, he
mommy.
was there watching me fucking murk his mom. And
Oh,
the funny thing is there's an old guy that lives with them. He heard the commotion. He looked over. I saw his ass look over. He saw it was me. He's like, I'm okay. He went back. I ain't gonna do anything with them.
he was like, yeah, he's probably right. That guy's probably right. I don't know how
Yeah,
crazy
that kid's
my
pretty fucked up. I told him
yeah.
not to do it, but hey, you gotta do what you gotta do.
He's like, ah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
go
watch
back.
from
Too old for that shit. I'm gonna break a hip. But no, man, it's just some neighbors out here, they just make your life very difficult. Like you don't want to be mean to your neighbors because you want to get along. It's all
Mm,
about community. That to me, it's all about community.
community, yes.
I love getting along with my neighbors, but
Because you never know when you need some, or you never know when something might go south, and they're the ones that's gonna low key
hmm
up. They're the only ones that could potentially help you. Your parents don't, your family doesn't really stay near you, like right near you. So like community basically becomes your family
right.
in a sense.
What did you do during the freeze, the Texas freeze?
Oh yeah, our neighbors were pretty good with
Yeah.
that too. They were asking, "Oh, you need anything?" We were so quiet. During the freeze, like I stayed with my sisters. My sisters were my roommates. During the freeze, and like they would always see us, but we were always quiet. We just go to work, go home. We ain't never
You
have
were
no party.
working during the freeze?
No, I'm saying like around the time, like the neighbors and whatnot. Like
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to set a little background for the neighbors, cause we
Okay.
ain't never spoke a word to our neighbors until the freeze, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So like they came knocking. We're like, oh my gosh, it's too cold for this. We're like, the freeze hit, right?
Mhm.
And everybody, we were stuck in the house. No electricity. We tried to prepare as best as we could because we knew it was
Right.
coming a little bit,
Right.
right?
Yeah, I
And
didn't think
then
it was gonna be that bad.
yes, and it was so bad. We were to the point where we tried to put a fire in the house 'cause it was so cold. And we were
Oh,
like so
bro.
dumb, but we didn't do that. We just
Yeah.
like made it warm. I remember we heard the knock on the door, right? And we go down and we're like, it's cold. Who the heck is out there, right? And we go, and then it's our neighbor. He was like, hey, I know the power's been out for like a day, so I was checking on y'all, making sure y'all good. I know y'all young, cause we look younger than we actually. I was like, how long ago was the freeze? Like three
3 years
ago?
ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we were like early 20s, all of us, like me and my sisters.
Mhm.
So they just thought we were like teenagers basically staying together. But they were like, "How are you and your sisters doing?" Yada yada. I was like, "We're good. We got a bunch of candles going. We're warming up food with candles. So
Yeah.
everything is cold in the house. So like we ain't worried about nothing.
It was cold.
It was so
bro.
cold in the house. Like I remember we had like so many blankets on just to stay, just so
We
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 could
were
sleep.
cuddling with the dogs to stay
I
warm.
bet they love that too.
Yeah, they were happy.
Yeah.
They were cold as fuck too. I mean, that was the first time they saw snow. You know.
Oh, that was the good thing that came
Yeah.
out of that. The snow was so crazy, and it was. You know what surprised me? I never really dealt with snow, like that before. And one of the things that surprised me, and that's still like it doesn't make sense, but it makes sense now, is that when we went out to actually try to enjoy the snow, like and we're like, oh snap, it's that we're never gonna get this. Like I know it's freaking crazy cold, but it was the next day and it was warmed up a little bit.
Yeah, I'm trying to
The
remember. Like it happened overnight, right? Because I
yes,
think I woke up and there was no power,
yeah,
and
same
it was all
same as us.
cold. Like, and I was like, oh, and it wasn't bad because then you went outside and you saw the snow, and then what it got really bad was the first night. You're like, okay, this is. I thought the power was gonna come back on,
Hmm.
and then day two happened, and we were waiting around calling people. Day three, yeah, that's when we were like talking to neighbors, seeing like, hey, what do you guys like got to keep yourself warm?
Mm.
By day four, day five, we had to get more groceries,
Mm.
because as you know, the pipes were frozen,
Yeah, I remember.
so we didn't have any running water. My sister, luckily though, she went to the pool with some buckets and she filled it in her tub. So then that's when we had to come to the decision: leave our house or go with my sister where she has water. So we packed up most of our stuff, went over to her place. Um, I think they had a grill, so we were able to grill some food, with some charcoal and everything like that. And then we kind of just all stayed warm in the night. And I think it was the second night when the power came back on. It was almost like a caveman moment. You're like,
Yeah, we were yeah, I remember we were on a cycle or something. Like they were just trying
it
to
was
make sure
this.
no
They were doing
blackout.
rolling. They were
Yeah,
doing rolling ones. So like it
rolling
would turn on
blackout.
for a second
Yeah.
and then like turn off.
Yeah. Well, no, they give us like 10 minutes. We like go crazy. We not go crazy, but like we'll conserve as much energy as we could. But we'll have like one light on. But we'll do what we need to do, charge our phones and type stuff.
Charging the
And I
phones.
was like, oh
Yeah.
snap! Now is our turn. And I remember when like when it was out, we were trying to get used to it, right? And we had like all the candles and stuff. We were playing Uno. We're like just trying to stay sane,
Yeah.
basically, because we're all like stuck in the house. And I remember calling out because my job at the time was 30 minutes away from my like where we were staying. So I was like, yeah, I'm not coming in today. But
Yeah. No,
they were
bro.
understanding.
Fuck.
Like, and then like I was off the next day, so I didn't really trip.
I
I just
saw a
had
lot
that
of
one day.
pictures of just like the damage that happened. Like
So
that,
bad.
there was that one famous picture of that lady from Dallas. Like a pipe broke in front, like above her car,
Mhm.
and
Froze her
it
whole car.
froze her whole car, bro.
Yeah.
Like that's insane. That's some ice age shit right there. If we're gonna be honest about that,
Yeah.
like
The temperatures came from like Canada or whatever. So like I believe in all that stuff. Weather's crazy.
I mean, what I just heard this on TikTok too. In order to talk to someone about global warming that doesn't believe it, just to
That's
say, "Hey,
boom.
does the weather feel a little bit weirder?"
That's
They can't
evidence
deny
enough.
that.
You can't.
You can't deny that.
You
Well,
can't.
and then that's how you can tell them, well, I mean, it's gonna get hotter, it's gonna get colder, it's gonna get to a point where we won't be able to go outside because of how freezing it is. You go outside, you're gonna get frozen. Like unless you have the right gear and everything, like it's just not gonna happen. And then now in the summer, like we're having, people are gonna pass out from heat strokes. We're gonna have heat waves, and it's just gonna
The
like,
cold get colder, the hot get hotter.
yeah, the sun rays are gonna be so bright you can't look outside. Like, have you ever gone outside and you like it hurts your eyes? It's so bright.
Every day of my life, I'm scared.
So now imagine it's gonna get amplified, and unless you have actual shades, you won't be able to see outside because of the UV
Oh,
rays.
like that one movie. I don't know what
Book
movie
of
it is.
Eli.
It has Arnold Schwarzenegger in it.
Really? I'm thinking of the Denzel Washington one.
Oh, I don't know, but like they were on like some weird planet, and I remember this lady. She had three titties.
Oh
That's
wow, okay, so that's what you remember of the movie.
that's all. I was a kid when I watched this. I remember it was Arnold and three titties.
I know that he did
And
it.
I remember they were like, "Oh, gotta go outside. Like it's crazy. It'll burn you. Like the sun will burn you." Type stuff.
I
God, dog,
don't
what
know what
movie
movie.
is
Yeah,
that?
you don't even watch movies, but
I
the
know.
time you tell me of movies, it's fucking weird, bro.
God,
Three
dog.
titties with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Wait, I don't know if she had three titties. Maybe that's how I remembered it.
Maybe that's what. Yeah, that's your child fetishes right there.
No, stop.
You weirdo. Arnold.
No, Arnold's and three titties. Wait, did he have three
Arnold.
titties in that?
Arnold has three titties.
No, I hope not. No, it was like an alien or something. And then they were like, "Oh God, dog." I feel like it was either a weird dream that I had or it was a movie. And
The
he
only
actually,
movies I remember back in the day from Arnold is The Terminator, Kindergarten Cop. That's it.
dang, was he in that movie? No, he had to have been. I don't know. It was some weird movie, and like they were like futuristic a little bit, but like they were like living on Mars or some different planet, and like he was like Arnold. I can hear
We're
his
gonna do a
voice.
podcast about movies, and I want you to do some research because
I don't know this movie. I'm be honest with you. Maybe it was a dream, but anyways, it was like so hot that you had to wear like if you went out without your little special suit, you just literally burn it. I remember a scene in that movie or in my
yeah.
dream. The guy walks out and he like literally started and maybe that's where the scream sound like Arnold Schwarzenegger. So maybe he wasn't in that movie, but that was his little cameo. His little scream was in there.
Maybe, but yeah, I mean, in all honesty, I think that's something that we might be approaching, because yeah, this weather is not no joke. We've been in the 100s more in the hundreds, bro. Like that's crazy hot.
down here in H Town to
Yeah.
all our other viewers.
Yeah,
Well, we
everyone
in
from
triple
out. I
digits.
mean, I mean, I can only imagine what's going across, in Europe, in well, and just a lot of the desert countries. They get really hot too, man. And yeah.
Mexico gets a little hotter, huh? You'd know, right?
So tell me something that's happened to you. I gave you a little story. We kind of
Um,
went like into it, like we went all
whew.
the way to global warming with my story. But anything happened to you interesting?
God, dog, put me on the spot. I can't think of nothing.
Okay, you almost
Uh,
get in a car crash or something in a fight.
not recently, but I have been in a wreck. I was literally looking at like Snapchat memories was telling me, like 'cause I was like, dang, my car. I drive a 1999 Toyota Camry. She's a she's amazing. Her name is
Just trying to get stream sniped, aren't you?
oh what oh dang. Well, I don't.
Just put yourself out there.
If y'all catch me,
Put your social
you
on there
got me.
too as
Yeah,
well.
boom.
Put your social out.
642. Wait, that really is the beginning. Let me
Oh
stop.
my God! Don't even say. Why would you even say that? You don't have to tell them that that's really
Oh,
it.
cut that.
Do something
Oh,
else.
okay. They want the rest? I mean, you could just guess. Just fill in the blanks.
Fill in the blanks.
No.
Millions of the possibilities for the other numbers.
I mean, yes. 1999 Toyota Camry. Social 642. Let's start with that. Um, so yeah. And she already had like 200,000 miles on her when I got her about 4 years ago. And about a year ago, I probably had like 200, 270,000 miles on her.
Hmm.
Uh, and I'm coming home. I just got all new tires from like about a week ago, and
I need new
like a
tires.
week from that day, and then I was getting off work and I was like, gonna fill up my gas. Boop, just headed home. It's a little chilly day in January, right? And I fill up my gas and uh I'm heading home. I'm taking Westheimer. You know Westheimer. Locals. Y'all know Westheimer.
Bro, it's crazy out there.
Stupid. I don't take Westheimer no more. Specifically because, well, I do. Like, I don't have PTSD or anything, but people drive stupid and reckless on
It's
any
either
street.
they're driving insane amount past the speed limit, or you get someone that is just
Negligent. They're dumb.
negligent.
Stupid.
They will just fucking get in your lane.
Where the F? Oh, that's literally what happened. So, okay, yeah, set the scene. I'm headed home. I'm jamming my music. I know the lights at Westheimer, so like I'm like, okay, like I know how they work. I drive it often, right?
Yeah.
Because that's the route I usually take. I usually take that
Yeah.
or I-10 to get home. But I was like, let me take a smooth little cruise, right?
Right.
So I'm smooth cruising, windows down, feeling myself. Just got off work, feels good.
Feeling on
Just got a full tank,
fofos.
and my car. I just cleaned it probably 2 3 days ago. So
So you feeling fresh.
new tires on
You
there,
feeling good.
fresh tank of gas, off work, heading home, off the next
You
day.
ain't gonna do shit though.
Don't have to
You ain't
worry
gonna do
about,
shit at home.
huh?
Huh? Nothing. Just go ahead. What was your story?
God dog, what you say?
I ain't gonna say nothing.
Uh,
Go tell your
fresh,
story. Tell your
fresh,
story, girl.
fresh tires, girl. Fresh,
So what? Yeah, you were driving. You didn't
right?
see anyone just.
Driving, boom. Okay, yeah. So, pull up, driving, cruising. The light's red. There's no one in my lane, right? In front of me. No one's in my lane
Okay.
in front of me. I
Okay.
see there's a Honda CRV on the lane to the left of me.
Yeah.
He's at the red light.
Hmm.
I was like, okay. So I start slowing down because the light is red, but I know he's gonna turn green. So I'm slowing down, but I'm not. I'm not really preparing to stop because I know she's gonna
You're
turn
doing the
green.
rolling stop.
Yeah, I was gonna do one
Okay.
of them because I know it's gonna turn green before. Like if I were preparing to stop, it was gonna be like I was gonna come to a complete stop, and the light was already gonna be green. So like I was like, nah,
Yeah.
I know she's gonna turn green, and I can literally see the light, the intersecting light turn yellow. So I was like, oh, nah. So I'm going about you. Everybody know you go 45 on Westheimer, right?
Hmm.
So I'm going 45, but then I'm slowing down. So I'm going about like 30, 25 miles an hour now, and the light turns green. So I ease off the brake, like I take my foot off the brake and go back to my gas. And as soon as the light turns green, and I do that, oh boy, turns his signal on to get on lane. I was like, I know he's not trying to get in my lane right now, so I
Mhm.
slow down. Like I'm slowing down even more because I was like, why is he trying to get in my? Well, he's gonna let me pass. He tries to turn right at that intersection in front of me and goes for it. So I'm laying on the. I switch over to the brake and to my horn. So I'm honking as I see him, thinking he's gonna pull back over. No, he goes for it. He was like, the light is green. I can get over and turn right onto this lane. He signaled. Gotta give him that. He signaled,
So, oh yeah,
but he signaled like he did all this in the second that I was already gonna pass,
yeah.
and then there was no way for me to avoid him. There's no lane to my right. There's curb. I'm not gonna mess up my car for him. If I'm messing up my car, I'm messing up his car too. So all that happens in the split second
If we
that I'm
going
thinking.
down, we're going down
I was
together.
like, yes, your stupidity is not gonna mess up my car, and like you get away unscathed. I don't want to get in an accident, so I pull as far right as I can, giving him much room to like, oh no, I probably shouldn't turn right on this street. I should probably keep straight and do a safe legal turn. Nah, he continues to go, despite my horn, despite his illegality or whatever you want to call it, and
Illegal
then
turn.
boom, I hit him. And there's an intersecting street, right? There's people
Mhm.
waiting at that light to turn left
Mhm.
on the intersecting street, right?
Mhm.
And I almost hit them, but I
Oh.
bust the meanest right, right? Oh, literally, I bust the meanest right, even though I was already like turning right, sort of,
Yeah.
because I don't want to hit him. But he came so far, he came so much more over after he heard the horn. You want to get hit?
And I just don't understand where the aggression comes from. Like, we're all going one place. There's no need to freaking speed, man.
Yeah,
It's just like you want to get there. Get there. I mean, you could go a little 5 over.
yeah, 5 over.
If you go 10, okay, we get you're in a
You're
rush.
in a
But if
rush,
you're
but
going 20, 30 miles over the speed
he wasn't
limit,
speeding.
you are not that important. And I'm gonna say it blank. You are not that important. And if you really need to go that fast, call an officer. Call a cop. Because
Cop.
that's the only reason you should be going that fast. You gonna kill me? I'm sorry. My wife just pulled a gat on me. That
It
scared me.
was a fake gun, like a water gun, a water pistol.
Yeah. It's an impact drill. um, I've
Oh,
only been in one car crash. Well, no, two, three. I've been in three.
jeez.
The first one was probably the worst. It was in when I was living in Utah. I had a red Chevy Cobalt Sport.
Those are
Uh,
small and cute.
yeah, they're pretty cute. It got me from point A to point B.
What year was she?
I think it was an '08.
Nice.
Yeah, that's my first baby girl. Like I took care of that car.
This is my first baby girl.
Oh yeah,
Her name is Cammy. Cammy.
Camry. Well,
Her full name
the
is.
first car I had was a 1991 Toyota Camry.
No way.
Yeah,
Me
but I
too.
never got to drive it.
Oh,
And something was wrong with the motor, and by the time I had it, my sister was driving it because she had to go to work. And I was just walking to school. Literally, it was like 5 minutes walking.
yeah.
Um,
Did you name
but
her?
huh?
Did you name her?
Yeah, Patricia. And funny thing is,
Shut up.
yeah, a funny thing is that when I was working at Abercrombie, um,
You look
why is
like
that
the
funny?
model.
No. And I'll tell you, they didn't hire me as a model in the front.
Wow.
Hell no. You think this is model? No.
Yeah.
Okay. They kept my ass in the back.
Oh, with
And
all
every
the.
time I try to come out there, they shoved my ass back in. They're like, no, just stay back there. You
Like,
need something? Just give it right here.
and they're like, yeah, keep him. Yeah,
And funny,
you unbox stuff.
what the crazy part is, the crazy part out of all of this is that there was this high school kid that I know he was in high school because he went to the same high school as us. And he was fit. Bro had muscles. He was jacked. He looked older than he was. Bro looked like 28 and he was 18 years old. And he had a job there. The manager thought, hey, a brilliant idea. Well, I think it was actually his idea. he came up to the manager and he's like, "Hey, there's a lot of people here today, and if we want to make some shirt sales, what if I go out there without my shirt?" So bro was in the middle of the mall just advertising for Abercrombie and Fitch kids that come and shop in here and get a shirt because he's not wearing one. And it's good that you have a good body and you like to show it
This
off, right?
happened?
Yes, bro, this happened at fucking Memorial Mall.
Sounds like a sitcom scene.
It's not a sick. It felt like I felt like I was going crazy. And so they kept my ass in the back. They didn't want me to do anything. What's up? No,
Want to give this a try? They're turtle chips.
they're actually ass.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The texture is a 10. The
No,
flavor
it's
is a 0.
Yeah.
I mean, here, for the
Patrick brought some chips today, guys, and I mean, here's a little asthma for you. Go
They
ahead.
were at
Put
the
put another
H
one in
Mart.
there. Put another one in there. Let's hear some asthma.
You want some ASMR?
Yeah. Okay, now put like 3 in there and just munch them all.
3 at the same time?
Yeah, they're all at the same
all
time.
in my mouth?
Yep, all in your mouth, big boy.
See, the cool part is they
Shut up and put it in your mouth.
Okay, yes, Daddy.
So, that segment was brought to you by ASMR.
No,
And
by the H Mart turtle chips.
H Mart turtle
I
chips.
just popped my H Mart cherry. You ever been to H Mart? It's like a Korean store.
No, I have not been there.
They're so good. You need to pop your cherry.
Okay, I will.
I'll take you.
So, where was I? I was telling a story about my first car crash,
Wait.
and then we went off to
First
so,
car too.
let
Let me tell you.
Wait. Let me finish.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
I don't even think that worked.
Let me tell you something.
So, that guy. The reason why I told you about that guy shirtless is because when for some random conversation, we were talking about our cars, and I told him like, yeah, I just thought of the ugliest name to name my car, and I named her Patricia. And he was like, what? Why is that like an ugly name? I'm like, I don't know, man. It's just like, it just came to mind. He's like, huh, that's my sister's name. And I'm like, you see, that's
so crazy.
I'm not completely set on the name yet, so I'm gonna change it. It's actually a really nice, elegant name.
I named my car Cameron, because she's a Toyota Camry. But I call her Cammy for short. Cameron Patterson.
Cameron Patterson.
Boom.
That's nice.
That's her.
CP.
But I call her Camry. Cammy, mostly. I named her after this chick that I met at on the cruise ship.
Okay. That's weird.
No, it's not weird. She was cool. She was like my dance partner when we'd go on like a. Not really my dance partner.
But you named her after a car, or you named your car
She
after
was
her.
nice. She was nice, but
So you'd be riding her every day now.
No.
Is what you're saying?
Well, no, that's weird.
You'd
No.
be riding her every day.
No.
Then why'd you name her that?
Well, that's what I came back from. I came back from the cruise and I got my car. So I was like, I'm never gonna meet that girl again, right?
So
boom.
you wanted to think about her forever since that.
No,
day.
that's freaking weird. No, it's mostly because it's a Camry, and I was like Camry, Cameron. That was a cool name. Boom.
You know that weird fetish is that people fuck their car? Is that what you're trying to do?
What the heck? No. No. I just thought it was so crazy.
What'd you say?
Isn't Cameron a male name?
Oh!
Were you thinking of Carmen?
No, Cameron. Just because it literally, I heard her, I knew her name. She was hot, but I knew her name, and I was like, I have a Camry, Cameron, boom, boom, bop. That's literally the only reason. No other reason. I just wanted to give her a name, and so far I had like the one of my friends, they would call it the Patrick Mobile, and I did not like that. It made me sound old, so I was like, I need to give her a solidified name, and it's definitely not gonna be the Patrick Mobile. So when I went on my cruise and I came back, I was like, oh, I can name her Cameron because that is a solid name.
You should have named her Kim Cameron. Kim Camry.
Kim K.
Kim K.
Kim K, but it'll be Kim C.
Kim C.
Because
Kimchi.
kimchi. Shout out to H Mart kimchi. They sell kimchi there too. But no, that's literally the only reason. I was like, Cameron is a nice name, and I haven't heard it in a while. And I was like, boom, I'm gonna name my car Cameron because it's a Camry.
Right.
That's the only reason.
So,
God, dog.
all right. I was driving the Chevy Cobalt. Let's go back to that. Okay, let's backtrack to that. And I think I was driving to work that morning, and she was in my wife was in the, she's actually you guys can't see us, but my wife is sitting next to us right now eating some brownies and just munching.
Wait, are you
And some
putting
pistachios.
Reese's in there?
Yeah, it's pistachio brownies. Yeah, you
Not
see
until
that?
she shoves it in there.
I mean,
She just shoved it in.
technically that's what it is.
I'm gonna take one.
So we were going to work, and she was gonna take the car. She was dropping me off at work. I'm okay, thank you. She was dropping me off at work, and we just got onto the freeway, and I wanted to merge all the way to the left. When I merge, I look over my shoulder, and then I keep going. At this day, I looked over too long, and then I didn't see the car in front of me was braking. The car in front of me was a Jeep.
Wrangler?
No,
Grand?
Jeep Liberty, I think it was. And so it was a little bit lifted, not too much. And when I was still merging into the lane on the other side, so my passenger side clipped her driver's side bumper.
Dang.
Her car was fine. My car, like the hood went up, and then the headlight was broken, completely broken. Nothing was damaged in the interior, but you could see like my whole hood was like squished in a little bit. So it was bad, and the thing that scared me the most is that we were going pretty fast, and the amount of damage that we had for going that fast was surprising. But you know, we were thankful. It just sucked because we were going to work that morning, and you have to deal with that the whole day, and then just trying to get it fixed after. You know, it was just a whole pain in the ass, and it's just like it teaches you lessons, you know, to be more cautious.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's definitely one thing.
Mine, that wasn't my first accident. My first accident, I backed into my cousin's parked car.
You
And-
backed into your cousin's
Yeah,
parked
we
car.
were. This was before this accident that I haven't finished yet. But let me.
We
but
did finish it.
He hit me. I turned right. We did.
Yeah.
I turned completely right.
Yeah, and you turned
I
right
thought I hit
completely
him.
so you didn't hit the other people.
I thought I hit him, but apparently I hit oh boy twice, because front end driver's side hit his side, right? Boom, his passenger side, right?
Mm-hmm.
I turn right. He also turns right with me. Crazy, because why the F are you turning right? Anyways, and then the back end of my car hits his car again, hits the front end of his car while I'm turning, because I hit the sharpest turn. And he and then that night I got hit twice. That's why I wanted to finish, because I didn't finish telling you my other accident.
You got hit twice in one night.
Let me tell you. I hit a parked car as my first accident, and someone hit my parked car after my accident, because I go luckily there was like what's it called? The wreckers, somebody saw it happen, right? And he said, "Oh yeah,
tow truck.
yeah, tow truck, yeah, a tow truck driver. He saw it happen, and he was there, and then he was like, well, I'm gonna probably end up towing your car, but I saw, and if the cops come, I'll vouch for you." The guy's name was Dao Ling.
Oh, you still remember his name?
Yeah, because I can't forget. This man he totaled my car. That man totaled my car. So, but I still have her. She's outside. She's great. I went to pick up parts and fixed her myself, along with like some help from my brother. We're banging it out, bending her back in place. But
Listen, you got to be careful with your words, car fucker.
with my what?
Your words.
I didn't do it. I did her good. Wait, no, I fixed her up. I put her back together.
I'm just messing.
I do get inside her sometimes.
Damn.
but so do all the passengers in my car. But anyways, so we're talking. The cops are there, right? We're talking. The cops are there. He's lying. He doesn't speak much English. He speaks Mandarin. So we need like
What?
yes. we the only English he knows is, oh no, it's you do it. And I was like, oh sorry, that's probably racist, but no, he goes, no, you do it, you know, you ran I,
Sorry, go ahead.
yeah,
Go ahead with your impression.
it's spot on. You weren't there, you don't know, but it's spot on. So he goes, oh no. I said, I asked him calm. I was like, I'm like frustrated, but like I'm
Right,
calm. Like
right,
I was like, dang, I have to start accepting this.
right.
So I was like, okay. I'm taking pictures of my damage and stuff, and
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, I got one. I was like, hey man, you all right? Cause he looks a little flustered, right? Cause this is
Right.
right after the accident. I pull over to the right. Like it's like a intersection, but it's not really a street. It's like almost like a entrance to like
Yeah,
the shopping center there, right?
yeah.
I was like, oh, why they get a light? But they got a light anyways. So that's where I'm parked, but I'm parked off to the side. And then so she goes, he goes, I go, no, I go, hey, are you okay? Is everything okay? Like, are you injured? Blah, blah, blah. He go, yeah, I'm okay. And then I go, okay. And I was like, I just got one question for you. Like, what made you like turn right and from your left lane? And he goes, no, it's you. And then he gets defensive, and I was like, okay, so he's gonna go the lion route. All right, bet. I'm gonna call the cops. I called my dad though. I was like, ask him, I'm okay.
He's yelling at me, and I don't understand what he's saying.
No, not like that. Like I was chill. I could take
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
I'm a skinny dude, but I could take. He's an old Asian guy. I don't know. I could run faster. I don't like confrontation, but like I could take him
I don't
if I
mess
had
with
to.
Asian people. You never know what kind of training
Nah,
they
he don't
got.
got no Jackie Chan in him. He's
You never know, dog. You never
well.
know.
That's why I said I can outrun this man. I
Okay,
looked at him.
that's
I was
true.
like, I can either take him or outrun him.
Yeah, get
So
in your
like
car and run them
that's
over.
all I need, right? And my car still like ran, but it drug the bumper with it went after the
Oh
accident.
no.
But so that's why I'm getting at. So like I'm not in the street. This man's car is still in the street. His airbags deployed. He has a new 2015 Honda CRV, right?
Oh
I was like, that's a
no.
pretty new car, and he had New York plates. I was like, where is this
What the
man from,
fuck?
right? So that's why it's a lot of misconceptions or whatever. I don't
Yeah,
know. A
yeah,
lot of questions basically.
yeah,
And then I couldn't get any of them answered because he only spoke Mandarin fluently. So
yeah.
we're waiting with the cops. I'm telling the cops my side of the story. He's lying to them. He come across, bro. Whatever. I don't know what he was saying. I was like, don't believe that guy. Just look at him. He's lying. But and then the man the translator comes, and then he also agrees with me. He was like, yeah, I don't know what's up with his story, but he sounds like he doesn't know. Like it sounds like your thing happened because where his position in the car, where his car is in the street, and all that stuff. Like
Yeah.
your way is the only way it could have happened. And I was
Yeah.
like, thank you. So I was like, okay. And then it took forever for his insurance company to get back to me. They had Progressive, but they took care of me. But they wanted to total my car out so bad. But later in that night, right? We're talking to the cops, right? He said, all right, just he can't really move his car out of the street because the airbags deployed or whatever. I don't know what the rule is behind that. So he needed to get towed. So they towed him out of the way. But I parked my car in front of the Home Depot. You know, Home Depot. I parked in front of Home Depot, right? And we're talking to the cops. I'm talking my friends come, my mom comes, like we're talking, it's cold. We're trying to get everything, all the information we need before
Yeah.
I can go. And they're saying that he can tow my car. The freaking tow truck drivers are flipping a coin next to my car to see who's gonna tow it. I was like,
No
no,
way.
I'm like, no, I'm a driver home, like, cause she's drivable, but I'd have to go slow, cause the bumper, right? And I don't know what other parts were missing, but like I'm missing my signal light, all that stuff. She wasn't legal to drive home. But I'm parked, right? So another car pulls up, right? And it's like parked on the side. And I'm thinking it's people he know, right? And that's what the cops are thinking too. They're like, oh, that's one of the people who are like visiting y'all to make sure y'all are okay, like your people, right?
Yeah.
No, it's random Hispanic lady. Uh she's like, I don't know how to describe her besides like she seems like she's on something, right?
What?
Yeah, she's like not talking, but her windows are cracked, right? And she's I didn't notice her at first until she starts pulling closer to my car, the only car in the parking lot, because it's after like it's 11 o'clock now, right? Uh, and like she pulls closer to my car. It doesn't look like she's trying to park there. So I'm in the car. I'm in a car with my friend parked next to my car. I get out. I'm because she's pulling closer to my car, but real slow. And I'm like, her window's down. I was like, "Excuse me, hello." I'm like, "Can you uh, excuse me, can you can you not get so close to my car?" You're like, "What are you doing? Like, what are you doing?" Basically, I was like, "You need some help." And then she's staring at me with her foot on the on the brake, and continuing to scoot towards me. I was like, "No, no, 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 no. Do you not understand me? Like, put the car in park. Put the car in park. The cops are there. They're not close enough to like hear my conversation or see what we're doing." But she looks me dead in my eye, right? She's on the brake, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, "Put it in park." Right? And she goes, mm, and hits the back of my car. And I was like, "All right, now." And then the cops, they zoom over and they're like, "What the heck just happened?" I was like, "I don't know." And they're like, and they come over and they're like, "Get out of the car, put it in park, put it in park." They're telling her the same thing basically, but they're like aggressively telling her now because like she just hit my car. It was parked, right? So and then they're like, "Put it in park, put it in park." And then they help her. Like they reach in the Joan, turn all that stuff up, unbuckle her and everything, pull her out. Apparently she's diabetic and she just got off work and her sugar was low. She hadn't eaten all day. She was just at work. Her son comes. He's all apologetic. He's like, "Oh yeah, my mom, she's diabetic. You gotta understand." I was like, "Yeah,
But
you're
why
good."
is she? I'm sorry, I don't know a lot about diabetics, but does that make you go in a state of hysteria? Like,
Well, yeah, in a sense.
really?
You want to say something, Bia?
No, I mean, do you want to tell your story about a car crash? I mean, just tell
God,
the one,
dog,
tell
I've
the
been
one
in
that you
for it.
want. Here you go. Talk on this side. Will you read that?
Okay. Yes, her blood
Hakuna
pressure
Matata.
dropped.
Everyone.
Her blood pressure dropped, and it probably caused her to feel lightheaded and zone out, which she obviously didn't realize she was zoning out. Some people that are diabetic, they can get a seizure, but that is case by case. It just depends. But it can definitely make you feel faint, and that's definitely why she probably was incoherent and couldn't put the car in park, nor did she realize she was about to crash into a parked car. She probably couldn't even see anything. Lots of people that are diabetic,
Hmm.
they get a lot of blurry vision, and that's why they're prone to like cataracts and stuff like that.
Yeah, they were saying that it was like equivalent to her being drunk while driving.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
like the state that she was in, and I
It's
was like,
again, it's incoherent. She's disoriented. Her
hmm
body is not functioning. It's burning through her. I think what happens when you get like when you don't have
she didn't. She was
the
low in
insulin
sugar.
that you
Yeah.
need, I think your brain starts dissolving.
Oh,
Yeah.
that
It
sounds
starts
bad.
to eat parts of your brain or something because I don't know. This might be wrong. Never mind.
This could be wrong, but
All right, here we go. Let's go through all the crashes. The first crash I ever got into, I was like, I don't even remember how old I was. I feel like I was like, thank you. I feel like I was in second grade or something. I don't
dang.
remember anymore, but I just remember that my mom had taken a yellow and the car had taken what is it, the left turn and T-boned us, and it was going really, really fast. Apparently, like he didn't even choose to stop. Like my mom didn't stop and he didn't stop, and so they intercepted. We got dragged
Mm.
like 20 feet, and then we went into the fence. And I remember like the fence, like the car completely like tilted completely, and then it like dropped down and it like hit. And that was the probably the most invigorating experience of my life. I remember the belt burned into like my waist, and then
Oh,
I hadn't gotten into a car accident until I'm trying to think. Like I know there's a couple other ones. I got some close calls, but I remember I was in my mom's car and I didn't bring my driver's license because we went to Sonic, and I was the third car at a red light, and this guy came in at like 50 miles an hour and crashed into the back like driver side of the car while he was going into the left lane, and then the cop and my mom proceeded to scold me about not bringing my driver's license. And then the guy and the girl who were in the other car that hit me, they didn't have insurance. It was her grandma's car, and neither of them had licenses. And the cop let them go. So
Because you didn't have your driver's license?
yeah,
That's so messed up. You
they
didn't have a
were.
picture of it?
I don't. What do you mean? Oh, like no, I didn't have a picture of it on my phone. I told him I can tell him what it is. There was just issues. He
Wait,
really. I was the only colored person there.
racist.
Don't know if it was. I couldn't tell you, but I gotta tell you, the cop was really white. My mom is really white, and then the other two people were really white.
What? I bet their grandma was white too. The car.
I bet it was too. The car was white. Okay, that's all I could think of. And then yeah, and then the one that I had with Sacramento, I was actually in the passenger seat. I was painting my toenails. I remember that. Could have
What
broken
color?
my leg.
What color?
Actually no color. I was just doing clear coat.
Clear coat.
Clear coat. So
You
that
needed the car needed a clear coat after that.
it needed a whole lot of sun. I'll tell you that. And then I almost went under a semi truck one
Shut
time.
up.
His blinker was on, like to turn left for like almost a whole mile. So as soon as it turned into, it was a one laner. So as soon as it turned into a two laner, I went to go around him that on the lane that was on the right, and it was like really gravelly. And so I was like, I accelerated to go around him, and then all of a sudden he completely turns the truck over to the right and then goes over to the left. So why he had his
He was hitting
blinker
that.
on,
He was hitting that wide turn.
he was taking that wide turn,
But they
he
do tell you-
signaled his signal a whole mile. Like I literally
Yeah.
like I saw it on my dashboard. I was like, is he going? Is he going? Or we're not going? And I'm like, we've literally driven a whole mile. Like I can see it on my speedometer. No, that's not the right one. On my odometer. That's the one. Odometer.
Odometer. Yeah, the one that
And-
shows the mileage.
Yeah. And I like hella braked, but we were like all the way across.
Because of the gravel.
Yeah.
Because it's gravelly.
And then, yeah, very gravelly. And it was right there. And then, oh, you know what? I did get into kind of a crash in Utah. We were driving and I kept my distance, but this lady came to a complete stop in her brand new car. And I had my shitty little, what was it? It was the Mustang at that time.
What year?
What
Okay.
year?
Just check under it like
Sacramento
a
Honey.
Hot
What
Wheel.
was it? It was the Mitsubishi. No, Mitsubishi. I said Mustang. Mitsubishi. Mitsubishi. Mitsubishi.
Mitsubishi.
Gallant. The Gallant? Gallant?
I think it was the Gallant.
But year?
03.
Oh, okay.
Just check underneath it like a Hot Wheel.
Beat that.
Hot Wheels. Beat that.
And yeah, so she came to a screeching halt, and then I went to go stop, and my brake like, they were hurting.
That's a new sound.
But I stopped, and my bumper kissed her car, and it just dented in the license plate. But everything was good. Did I miss a car crash? Oh, I missed my most recent car crash. Okay, the most recent car crash, which happened here on Westheimer because people are crazy.
Oh my gosh,
I hate everybody.
Westheimer.
You know what I did? I recently just got a donut, and I was counting cars with donuts and dings. I ran out of my count. It was easier to count cars that didn't have any donuts or dings.
Donuts or dings?
Yeah, like donuts,
Oh,
like a spare tire.
Yeah, like
or
you're,
like
you're
a
one of
crash.
those right now.
That's what I'm saying. And I noticed like there was like a car that pulled up driving freaking crazy. And I'm like, why are you speeding? You're going so fast. And we pulled up right next to each other, and I took a picture of him. Also had a donut in the exact same spot I had one, the back passenger. The rear
Donuts and
passenger.
dings.
Yeah, anyway, so yeah.
I
so
have
like
a
I said,
ding.
if
No
you're
donut.
50% of the population in Houston can drive, and the other 50% have a driver's license. I guess I'll just say that. I'm being very generous. You're right.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
Some
it was
people-
great. It was right in
Did you
front of my
just say-
work.
Did you just say something poetic? You're like, half the people can drive and half of them have license.
Driver's license. Yeah, exactly.
That's poetic. That's
Yeah.
deep.
There you go.
Uh-uh.
Yeah, because you don't actually have to, prove that you can still drive to renew your driver's license.
Yeah. That's so true. Oh
Yeah.
gosh.
You just got to go in there and just be
Somebody-
like, hey, my address changed.
Somebody fix that.
Yeah.
Government.
And so I was
Okay.
driving, and I was on my way to work, and excuse me, and I usually drive, so like my entrance to my work is right after like a major light, and so I try to make sure that I am on the right side so I can turn right into it.
Mhm.
And a lot of cars right before they will take a right turn, and so usually I'll go behind them. And today I was oh gosh, this is so complicated. I was at the light just before, and I was signaling to go onto the far right lane, but people were turning into the apartments. And so I waited for you cannot cross at an intersection. So I waited to pass the stop light to be able to then merge into the side. And when I had done that, I knew that the last two cars that I had seen in front of me, they were turning right. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to turn right after I pass the light. I turned on my signal just before, and then when I passed under the lights, I waited for the lanes, again, the dotted lines to pop back up, and then I started making my merge. And I'm not gonna lie, I like checked my rear view mirror or my side view mirror, and I didn't see anybody because, like I said, I saw them turning into the apartments. But these two ladies had pulled out and they cut in the intersection and to go around the cars that were going because they were too impatient. And so I was just like signaling the entire time to like get into the lane, but I couldn't get into the lane, and I had stopped, like come to a complete stop just trying to get in because all the cars had piled up on the right lane. And then this truck behind me honked at me and I got flustered. So I was like, well, obviously I can't stop in the middle of the lane. So then I like pulled up all the way over to the light and I was like, okay, well, my job's over there. So I'm going to have to take a right hand turn to get in there. And she's like looking at me. And oh, I totally forgot the most important part. When she had cut across in the intersection, she honked at me. And so like I looked over my shoulder, didn't see anybody, and then I did the turn, and then I got honked at.
You gotta check your blind spot.
Yeah, there was nobody in my blind spot, Patrick.
You have to check it.
There's nobody. So I like went to go turn into it because again, nobody should be changing lanes on an intersection.
That's illegal.
That's illegal.
Uh-huh.
You cannot change lanes. For everybody out there, okay, if you see the light, that intersection, you are not allowed to change lanes on the intersection.
I
That's why
thought that was
there
just
is
frowned
no
upon.
dotted lines, and right before you get to the lane, you see that they become solid because that's saying stay in your
Lane.
fucking lane.
Yes, I know.
Do you know why though? So like, let's say someone's turning onto where everyone's going green, and he sees on the far right there's no one there, so he's able to turn into that street now on the far right lane. If you switch in the middle of the intersection, you could possibly crash into that person. So that's why it's illegal to switch lanes in an intersection.
I thought it was frowned upon, and
Illegal.
I thought
Masturbating on an airplane.
no.
No, also illegal.
Also,
I thought it was frowned upon.
I thought that was frowned upon.
Also illegal.
I thought it was just like, oh, we shouldn't waste paint on the intersections because it's gonna look so crazy confusing. So don't switch lanes. I've probably done it once or twice in my life, but always when there's nobody in the lanes next to me.
So
like,
you
just to
wouldn't cut
prepare
off
myself.
a car that you were behind
No,
to pull over around.
no, I never
whole
did
entire
anything
bundle
illegal
of
like
cars.
that. I just did
Yeah.
illegal turns.
Okay, so as I was saying, so after she and her accomplice made the illegal lane change,
Accomplice meaning someone in a
there
different
was
car.
somebody behind her, and this is where it's
And they
leading
did the
up,
same
right?
thing.
So we pull up this bitch one and bitch two, okay, lined up,
Oh.
and I'm trying to get into the right lane,
They're
but
probably
they're
really
not
nice
letting me.
ladies.
But they're not letting me, and so again, like I said, like they pile up, and so now my lane only has like 2 cars, but their lane has like 10 cars because the majority of the cars are turning right, and so I'm signaling to get behind, but then the second one, she's the car right there, and then we stop side by side.
B number 2.
B number 2.
Mhm.
No, wait. I want to be B number 1 because
Oh.
my name is Bia. Because I'm B. Or should I just be B?
You're
But
B.
I don't want it to signify the other B.
No, they're
But
not
BEA.
important. They're number 1 and number 2.
So
The only reason
here
I
I
said
am at the light. It is a red light. I am the first car. All these cars are now changing lanes. Are turning right. And the ladies now pull up next to me. Does that make sense?
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
But you're in the left lane. You're
I'm
the one to the left of the right, the most right lane.
exactly. We're going to call that lane number 3
Why?
because there's 4.
So there's 4 lanes and there's
Yeah.
one from the right,
Left to right.
from left to right.
Yeah.
You're 1, 2, 3, 4.
I'm-
They're in lane 4 because they're
Mhm.
turning right.
Yes.
You're at lane 3, trying to turn right still, or trying to
Exactly.
get into the right lane.
Exactly.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah. So then I had pulled up to the red light, and all those cars made their right turn, and so now she pulled up next to me. So now we're both the first car at the light,
Mhm.
and she's just looking at me like you can't see it, but she's like giving me attitude for no reason. Keep in mind, she made an illegal turn and then honked me out of the way. I only moved out of the way because I thought I missed somebody in my blind spot. No, she honked at me.
Oh,
I moved back, and then she went.
Oh, she just wanted to go.
She
So
just
there
wanted to
was
go.
nobody in your
So
blind
there was
spot.
nobody. That's what I was telling you, Patrick. And so there was nobody in my blind spot. It was just her again honking because she was going around and I was going too slow for her. But again, as soon as she pulled up next to me, they had already stopped. And so I had the lady behind her had cut off my ability to go. She was like bumper to bumper with her, which is again, we are back at the light. We're both there sitting at the red light. And she's giving me all these looks, and I'm like, you know what? It's whatever.
Do you have your signal on?
I do have my signal on still, unfortunately.
For the last mile?
For
Just
signaling, trying to ask somebody to let me in. Like I said,
I
the lady
let people
behind her
in.
was not having it. She literally glued herself to her car, and I was like, "What are you doing?" Like anyways.
People
Light
are so
turns
impatient.
green,
That saves,
and I'm like, you know
15
what?
seconds of your life. I don't know. Not even.
They got issues, Red. Light turns green, and I'm like, you know what? Whatever. She wants it, she can get it, right?
Oh yeah.
So I immediately accelerate and I completely clear her. I drive that way to work every day, and I know exactly when the light is gonna turn green, down to the
So
second.
you clear
It's
it.
the green arrow for the cars, and then we're gonna go
Boom,
10
boom,
seconds.
boom.
And as soon as 10 seconds hit, okay, my foot is
'Kay.
off the brake and the car is going. And I always leave that space in between. So then right when I touch the crosswalk, the light's green and I go. Always. So I
Not
get
the
the jump.
safest move.
It's pretty safe.
Yeah, because
It's
what
pretty
if
safe.
someone else knows the lights and they know the intersecting light and they're like, "Oh, I still have time before it turns red."
Well, no, it's only
Boom.
it's only a green arrow, and I can see the cars turning.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But
oh,
it- we're-
I
that's
don't
what
know
I'm
light you're Man,
Yeah, it's
I know the lights
Elridge.
too. Yes, I know the lights too. Freaking
Anyways.
Westheimer, and that's why mine happened too.
Yeah.
Because
And so, right? I completely clear her. Okay. I am not one car ahead. I am a whole 3 cars ahead of her. Okay. And I turn into the lane. And I'm like, ha 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 ha, now you're going to eat my ass. And then,
And then
she really did.
And then she ate your booty.
Ow! And she ate it.
That's what I see.
But you see that little tiny dent. Well, it's a big dent.
It's not that bad.
Did you see? Well, you never saw a picture of her car. Her hood was completely done.
She deserved it.
And her light was shattered and everything.
She rode your booty.
She really did. Well, the thing was, like I said, I fully got into the lane, and I knew it was a risky move. But you know when someone cuts you off, and then they're right in front of you, and they stop, and you honk, and you're like, fuck it. You stop, right? You don't just, let's do it. So she knew, and then it was a whole entire situation. I'm an immigrant, and I'm always scared. She said she was going to call the cops. I stayed. You don't need cops for civil matters, by the way. They go there, and they're like, you're wasting my time. And then they leave, Patrick. They don't care about your minor inconvenience.
Yeah. Her car was drivable after?
It was drivable?
I would say that shit was drivable. Absolutely. There was no leaks. There was nothing but just dents and metal. Like, that's it.
Yeah, like
She
broken,
was just
what
really
is it called?
freaked
The
out.
blinker? The headlight? Like, the blinker was completely out, and then the other one was shattered, but I think she still had a light there.
Yeah, my car was drivable, but I still got it towed. And the dude had a flatbed thing. That was like my first that was like my only like major accident. I had some fender benders. I had a fender bender where I was at a red light. I was doing DoorDash, and I don't know. I was the first person at the light, and then boom, she hit me. Mustang hit me. Pushed me into the intersection.
Damn.
And I felt like, dang, that was the hardest hit of my life. That was my first like accident. Besides the one that I had I backed into my cousin's car, parked car. It's bad, so bad. I checked my blind spot. Anyways,
Sure.
but
Seems
then,
like you get into a lot of crashes for checking your blind spots.
no, that wasn't. This was the only one. That was him. His Cabot.
Listen, I admitted it because it was a morning one, and we were going to work. So, you know, like when you drive sometimes, you kind of just like going through it.
Groggy.
Yeah, and I just looked over too long to check my blind spot that I didn't see in front of me. It wasn't my blind spot. It was in front of me that I didn't look back.
Oh, you know what? Okay, so this one time
And Bandcamp?
when when Sacramento and I were dating, I had gone to his house and I stayed like really late, and I forgot what time it was, but it was like witching hour when it happened. It was
Mm.
horrible, and I was driving home, and I remember shut up. Patrick. I remember when I was driving over there during the day, I had seen like a really big crash. I had seen like a really big crash, and there was like a lot of debris everywhere. Like it was a big crash. It was on Bangerter out in Utah, and so it was like 60 miles an hour. So it was a pretty big crash.
Dang.
And it looked like a T-bone. There was debris everywhere. You could see just stuff everywhere. Like things came out of the car, like flew out and everything. And so
Like
here we
that.
are at like I swear it was like 2:59, and I'm sitting there. I'm like, gosh, I am tired. I am so ready to go home. I'm gonna get, as I'm gonna pass out, bruh. Like I'm
Mhm.
tired. But I'm watching the light, and I'm like feeling like I'm zoned out, and I'm like,
Oh.
just follow the lane. I'm right here, and I start passing this area. And I hit the first couple pieces of debris, and I just hear it on the car. Yeah, the little it wasn't even that loud. That's what was crazy. It almost sounded like sparkles, like it was like
Oh, you're trying to fall asleep.
no, no, it was bad. And I was like, okay, here I go. And then it went and my car completely pulled over to the left side,
Oh, it took
and
your
I
time.
crashed into the barrier, and I like pulled it back, but then I realized the car was completely wonky. So then I started pulling over to the side, and so like if it makes sense, it's a barrier, those stone barriers that they have in between the
Uh-huh.
opposite directions. I was on the far left. Yes, the far left lane, lane
So-
number 1.
So the tire that's wonky is the left one?
Yeah, so the only thing, okay, I got out the car. I had no idea what happened. I was like, did I fall asleep? I was like, I was wide awake. I was right here.
Now you
I
are.
was like, I was wide awake right then, and I was like, what was that? I look, my car, like the car, you can tell it ran over a bunch of stuff, and it's got like scratches from like metal, and I seriously can't figure out what I had hit. A little bit further down, there's an iPad folded in half. Like,
You hit an iPad?
I don't know what happened. It
Man,
got
all my
tossed.
music.
No, iPad.
I know, but all
Not
my
iPod,
you
iPad,
can-
like a
I-
tablet.
like all my video games, all my music, all my photos, all my iPad.
I think it was already dead, but
No, my charger isn't charging my iPad because it's got
Oh
used to
my.
charging your iPad.
that's the problem. I see there. Very good. But
You know that video?
I love Vine?
Rachel, yeah.
Vine?
She goes, I hate you, Rachel, or something like that. And she goes, because my charger's not charging my iPad because it got used to charging your iPad. Oh my gosh, she's British. I gotta show you.
Well, I think that's all. I think that's all the stories that I have. Do I have another one? Oh, okay. What?
If you remember when you called me saying that the tire popped and everything, so I came and helped her.
Good.
I
you
came and changed her tire. 3 in the morning. She drives off. I go to start my car. My battery died.
Did you have it on the whole time you were charging her?
I
mean,
think I had
changing her
my,
tire?
my lights on so we could see what we were doing. And
You
then
were
my
just causing problems left and
then my
right.
brother had to come and
And
and jump me.
No, I take Patrick's. Patrick loses his privileges. Which one do I? Which way do I talk into this one? Oh, no, I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh yeah. My car didn't have jumper cables, so then it was me in Sacramento at 3 in the morning, stranded on Bangerter Highway, and we had to call his brother because he was the only one that had jumper cables, and he was
Yeah.
so pissed.
I'd be mad too.
Yeah, it happened.
Oh, I'm sorry, I got stranded.
I'd be mad too, but I'd be happy to help. Like that's why I have jumper cables. I don't really keep it for myself because I
Right.
know I got to get battery and all that stuff.
Right.
But I do keep it for myself, just in case. You
Right.
should always keep stuff like that. Like I have an extra jack. I have in school they used to call me prepared Pat, right?
Right.
I'd have a bunch of school supplies.
Called
They'd
you
be like,
PP.
no. That's also my regular initials. You could have just used
Yeah.
that.
Call you little pee-pee.
Oh,
Little pee-pee.
not little. No, but prepared.
Peso
like,
Patrick.
tape.
Not Peso Pluma, it's Peso Patrick.
Who's that?
You know who Peso Pluma is?
Is he a singer?
Ella sabe que está buena.
Oh, la bella.
Yeah,
No,
that's
no,
the
no.
one.
Oh, la
That's the
bebé.
one. That's Peso Pluma.
La bebé.
Oh, what?
Oh, wait. Who sings that?
I don't know what you're talking
Oh,
about.
my
It's
bad. Go
like
ahead.
ella baila sola.
Oh, ella
Sola.
baila sola. Baila sola.
Yeah.
Yes, because she's dancing alone. Yep.
Oh, you want to add something to that? What you got? No, you can't do it.
Bella.
No, see,
I'm making fun of that man.
So, what else have you been up to lately? You gonna do anything for the summer?
Oh, summertime is Pepsi time. Not not a proud sponsor.
We're probably gonna go to San Marcos this month.
That's what I was talking about.
Yeah.
You mentioned
I
it.
invited you.
Yes, I
Use
where do
your
y'all where do y'all
words.
where
Don't choke
I'd
on
love
them.
to go. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I was
You could have said that last time.
yeah, yeah. I'd love to go. It's just that I know I'm gonna be doing my move. And that's when I'm gonna take my vacation when I do my move sometime in August
Well, I just said
or September.
July.
Oh, okay. So before then. Oh.
Yeah, 16.
Well, how long y'all
16.
plan? Like, do a weekend or what?
I
Do a
think it's
weekend?
gonna be a day because it's 2 hours from here, so
Oh,
we're gonna go in the
And
morning.
heck yeah,
come
I could
back at
definitely
night.
spare a day.
Yeah, that's because everyone works, bro. Everyone we all understand that works, so we just try to plan
Yeah,
a day.
as long as
Because
it's
we
not
just
like a weekend.
we went to Austin in a day. I think it was the Memorial Day. Yeah, Memorial Day. We went to Austin, and it was. Oh, do you remember the river, babe?
I do remember the river, and
Oh, it's a
honestly,
lake. It's a lake.
a lake. It was
a lake?
no, it was called Kraus something. Grounds.
It's a little bit outside of
Kraus.
Austin, like 40
Kraus
minutes outside.
Springs?
Yeah.
Kraus, like
think
K
it was
R
something
A
Springs.
U S S E with like 2 dots over the A because it's German.
Yeah, did you not-
Sprechen Sie Deutsch?
Did you know that San Antonio is a big population of German people?
Germans were here.
No, I didn't.
Germans were here.
Oh wait, that's what they wrote on all the salt.
The Germans were here. Wunderbar.
I do want. I'm so glad you mentioned Austin. I haven't been to Austin. I've been Houston. I've been.
Yeah, so I mean,
Been in
San
Texas so
Marcos is before or after
I know.
San Antonio, I think.
My girl's been mentioning
Before.
San Marcos. Like she's been there, and I was like, we were gonna.
Is she
plan
gonna
to go.
come?
Yeah, she might go.
All right, then.
I'll mention it to her.
Okay.
So yeah.
Then let's do that. People, if you guys go to San Marcos River and you see us there, please don't talk to me.
No,
I'm just
No,
like-
once you see my Toyota Camry, then once you see Cammy, you'll be like, oh, your social security begins in 642.
Stop saying your actual number.
I listen to your podcast.
I mean, that's a lot of
I
fun.
got a couple questions for you.
What is the last number?
No, I'm not gonna try to steal his social security. I just need to know your mother's maiden name, the name of your favorite pet.
His name is Spicy. Is my actual question.
We might have to take this one. Are these real answers, Patrick? You need to stop.
He's like,
Identity theft is not a joke.
he's like that person that tells stories about someone and then they're like, oh, I probably shouldn't use their real name, but then continues to use their real name.
Yeah, the guy who hit me, his real name is Dowling. Go look him up. He's like,
You want all the smoke, don't you?
Oh, and then the other podcast, his name really is. I was like, should I give him a what's it called when you give somebody a different name?
Nickname?
An alias. That's what I'm
An
thinking of.
alias, okay.
Like I try to give. What did you say?
A nickname?
Nickname? Nah. That means you like them.
What's that?
No. You try to give him an alias, but I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
right now we're still little fish in this big pond, so I feel like who cares, right? But
Yeah,
then we
but
might have to go back and censor all this.
I don't care.
I don't care either.
I don't care either. No, but I think that's going to be fun. I'm glad that you said I got you on record saying that you're down, so I'm
Oh,
going to hold
dang.
you to it.
I'm just kidding. Yeah,
You know.
I'm down.
Okay.
Before the summer ends, when do you consider the summer ends? August.
End of August, I
Okay.
would say.
But you said you're trying to go in July.
Yes,
Okay.
the 16th, which is next
Oh.
weekend.
Oh,
Yeah, next weekend.
jeez. cutting it short, but
No, it's not.
no, it's not. You're right.
That's a whole fucking week.
But Aria, we'll talk after this.
Patrick, when was the last time you like requested time off of work?
Yeah.
When I went to the German place with my cousins, I went to I went to San Antonio 2 weekends ago. So
So why
I
shouldn't
had
you
3
take
days.
another one?
yeah, I don't know. I could
People
just
shouldn't feel guilty to take
yeah.
vacations.
I,
America pressures you way too much to
I
just
think
continue
so.
fucking working.
I think so. You
We
I'm
really
so
need
mad.
we
you-
laugh a lot on this
you
podcast,
diabetic?
guys, and we'll try to get a camera for you guys soon, so you can see our emotions and our gestures. Hey, this has been a long episode. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh dang! It's 'cause I missed you, bud. I miss being with holding my chicken, talking to the mic, talking to our fans. You know, even though it's like only 117 of y'all, but it's gonna grow.
There's 5 of them.
Hey, wait, no, it's 117. Think big.
I ain't gonna lie to our followers.
All 5 of them.
All 5 of them. I'm gonna tell them how much I love them.
I'm thinking big. I'm thinking big. One of them is right here. I'm my own fan. I listen to our podcast too.
Oh, my shout out to my friend Wakoa in Utah. I love you, man. It's been forever since I talked to you, but he is a really big fan of our podcast as well.
Awesome.
And he's been listening to it out there. So Wakoa, I miss you, bud. It's
Shout-
nice to know that you're supporting us, and hopefully we can have you on as
Shout
well.
out Wakoa.
Yes, Wakoa.
You don't want to give him an alias?
No, what? That's his,
Oh, no,
that's his
give
real
him-
name.
Give that man a shout out. What's his at?
Wait, I don't know his ads.
Okay.
I'm sorry, but he knows. He knows. He knows. And I know he knows.
He knows.
You got
He
something to
knows.
say? It's kind of rude. Say it.
No, we'll cut it
Now
out.
he's gonna feel insecure.
Oh,
'cause
no.
we were just talking about him.
Wakoa, she has something to say about you, and it's kind of rude. So this is just your prep.
You're trash.
Trashy the trash can.
But we are trying.
You know what? Speaking of trash and trash can, that's why he's trash. It was mainly that other guy though. But our trash can games were pretty legit.
Yes.
I miss them.
Yes.
Late at night, one trash can, dimly lit. We'd be hiding in like right in front of people's houses.
Yes.
We literally sat right in front of the doors and like on the patio, like the furniture out there. But it was so dark outside that like the person can't see you.
Yeah.
They have to get like really close. And then we'd be like hiding and I can't remember his name. No. I remember
You talking about his brother?
No. The tall one. I feel like saying the tall white guy.
Oh, I think it
He
started with
wasn't
an
white.
O.
He was Hispanic.
I think it started with an O.
And oh gosh,
Yeah.
that doesn't. I was thinking
Octavio?
Oh
I
my
think it was
gosh,
Octavio.
you did get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'd be like, "B, stop." He'd make it
He
in a
was,
proper-
bro. They were so crazy and so bold.
I
think
could not hide with them. They would
Wasn't-
make the most inappropriate.
You know
sounds.
what he did one time? Straight up just peed right next to us. He was just like, I
We
really
couldn't
gotta
see
go.
him.
And all we heard is,
I get self-conscious about the sound of my pee. Like when I go to people's houses, like literally when I came here and I was like, I gotta pee. I pee on the side, like where you don't hit the water. So you don't.
That's why your P sounds feminine.
oh shit.
I don't take that as an insult because I'm a feminist. So I'm not
What the fuck?
more power to me, I guess. Yeah, thank you, B, for saying that my pee sounds feminine
Oh my
and
God.
powerful.
Now they're gonna go off. They're
I
gonna
like
fight.
the head bobs, Patrick. Very nice. Throw some more wrist into it. You know how to do it.
Give me my mic back. How are you gonna take my mic and insult me?
So guys, yes, we love all of our followers. You guys have been amazing. Please like and share. If you want to reach out to us on Twitter or Instagram, that's ssdd_pod and ssdd_podcast. It's literally a few letters different.
Why couldn't you get pod?
I don't know. But or if you see us in real life, we'd love to.
IRL. Follow
Yeah.
my car.
And his social. But
No, forget that. We're cutting that out, right?
no,
Oh, God damn it.
we have not cutting anything. I'm gonna edit. No, I'm not gonna edit anything. I'm gonna just upload it straight like that. Nah, he won't. Nah, he won't get it.
Getting your identity stolen is for Will.
So, yes,
Mom's
guys,
maiden name is
we love you all. We
Kisses.
want to get more people on here, so yeah, reach out to us. We got some big stuff planned. Maybe we're gonna do a podcast outside. We'd love to get more in touch with our community here. And if you have a story to share, or if you feel like you want to get some word out about anything, yeah, just talk to us. We're pretty easygoing people. I know Patrick has weird fetishes with cars, but don't make that seem like he's unapproachable. But hey,
I just love my car.
this has been the Same Shit Different Day podcast. I've been your host Sacramento, and my lovely wife.
Hakuna Matata B? I don't
Yep,
even know
that's-
my name now.
No, whatever name she wants, and then over here we have our
Last
co-host.
but not least, yeah, boy, Patty Daddy in the cut as the always.
We love you all. Have a good night.